AskReddit by Chillum86. What Western practice or habit do non-Westerners find weird? An Iranian friend of mine has been in Canada for 30 years and still finds our lack of bidets suspect. I agree with your Iranian friend Lamayo. Reading this, I'm confused if people think Eastern Europe are Westerners or not. Honestly, reading this I wonder whether people consider Europe in general Western. Like half this stuff happens exclusively in USA. My mom's friend found it so strange that we don't all sleep in the same bed. She had come to the US with one mattress and slept with her two friends, and was so confused when people thought they were polyamorous lesbians. That's hilarious. Depends, I guess. My Latino family shared beds all the time when I was growing up. Old ladies one way, me and my cousins the other way, so we can giggle and talk until we fall asleep. Sigh. Core memory unlocked. Tanning. Westerner here that also thinks tanning is stupid. If you gave a triple baconator and chili cheese fries to an average Vietnamese person, they will explode. I dated a Vietnamese girl back in the 90s and I noticed that portions served by her family and by restaurants were just as big, but it was food that was a lot healthier. Yeah, you'll order a bowl of pho and you'll get a 2-gallon bowl of soup with 4-5 bowls of sides, bean sprouts, basil, etc. But it is a lot healthier than the baconator. This is more American than Western, but not putting the final price on things or having hidden fees in general. Like you can get a hotel room and they'll just let you know there's a $35 resort fee that you can neither opt out nor makes any sense. Like I'm paying for towels? Why are they not included? Or you go to a store and see a price tag of $50 on something and then having to add taxes on top. Or there are service charges to things that are assumed to include service such as hospitality. It's as strange as going to a dentist and being told something will cost $200 to fix. Then you get a $40 extra dentist charge. Like what? Do I tip you now? This is indeed absolutely mind-boggling for Europeans. Moving away from your family, leading an independent life from a young age. If I had stayed at home I would have committed suicide by now. Thank goodness I could leave. Regularly putting ice in water and getting this for free at restaurants. It's absolutely foreign to me that ice wouldn't be the standard. I can't even imagine. Not bargaining. You mean to say that there's people that just straight up buy stuff without trying to haggle before? Here I'm the weird one for buying things full price more times than not, but that's just because I can't talk to strangers to save my life. It depends a lot on the context. In Denmark you haggle at flea markets and small-time private trades or when buying houses. You don't try to haggle in established businesses as a private person. People tie their horses up outside the saloon. It feels like it'd be really easy to steal. That's why they hang horse thieves. We have been together for 12 years. We live together, but he still hasn't proposed. On the other end of the spectrum. We've known each other 10 days and we're getting married next week. I think somewhere in the middle is the sweet spot, lol. Honestly, all these parties you're having. Like baby showers, gender reveals, wedding rehearsals. If we had so many holidays and parties to attend, everyone would be an alcoholic. In the West many of us don't have as close-knit families, so we make excuses to do social things like that. Acknowledge elders by name. In some cases, even parents. Canada putting milk in bags. I really do not understand that, and it's especially weird within the West itself too. There's a really specific explanation for it, and it goes back to when Canada switched to the metric system. Prior to that, milk was sold mostly in glass jugs that were 1 imperial gallon, and you'd return the jugs for a deposit afterward. When we switched to a 1-liter format, it was deemed too expensive to remake all the jugs and whatnot, so the production line switched to the bags. And for some reason, a handful of provinces just sort of kept doing it. I'll go first. Using toilet paper. My Indian wife finds it pretty disgusting that people in Europe etc use toilet paper to clean their behinds and not water. TBH, once you've used a jet like you get in Asian African countries, I have to agree, it feels far cleaner, though the old-fashioned mug of water technique is a step too far for me. The period and post-sex cleanup that comes with using a bidet was not something I expected to be so life-changing too. I've only had it for about 6 months and I can't believe I went so long without it. Wear outdoor shoes indoor. I got yelled at, loudly, for only taking off one shoe at a friend's house. Their mom is from the Philippines. This was the first time I'd been over, and the first time their mom had seen me. I was wearing my prosthetic running blade, because I only have one leg, lol. When she saw the leg she suddenly got quiet, apologized, and left. I couldn't stop laughing. It was just too perfect, lol. Hugs and kisses to greet someone always comes up as a Western thing in Asian shows casual conversation. Pretty big cultural divide between us and other Western countries when it comes to kisses. Americans aren't offended by it, per se, but it's pretty gauche if you're not family members. It comes across as performative and or willfully blasé about personal space. Not covering all of their food. For example, leaving hot food out to cool down. When I was in India I did that, but my friends said it wasn't normal as there was a lot of dust in India, so everything always had a lid. I didn't mind, but typically we had 3-4 tiffins, so it got a bit much always having lids around for me. I guess it's also that there are fewer flies and other insects in generally cooler Western climates. Being okay with rest. Western culture wears exhaustion and being tired like a badge of honor. It's healthy to check in with ourselves to know what we need to take care of. Even 10 minutes of sitting still in quiet is too much for a lot of people I know. Western country Spain famous for its siestas versus Eastern country Japan famous for working so long you have to sleep at your desk. Tips for wages. It's a scam. That's not Western, just us. A lot of these comments are answering what American stereotype do you want to comment on? Filial piety is very high in Asia, as well respect to elders and teachers. Sometimes it can seem rude to us, the way Western people treat their parents and elders, obviously speaking broadly here. It feels pretty rude to us parents too. I've been renamed from dad to bruh. Gender reveal. Eating blue cheese and other moldy cheeses. Meanwhile poo is moldy txd. Christmas. Westerners are fanatic about Christmas, then get super depressed afterwards when it's done. Man, we got like 4 holidays, just give us this one.